All right. This. Let's have some fun today. I went off on the conspiracy theorist yesterday. I do not feel bad about it. Ah, I really do want to be more positive in life. I have been um, throughout this whole process. It's just tough. It's just tough to look at social media, and it's just tough for me. Anyway, all right. So first off, Dana White has told us he has secured an island to hold fights for a couple months. And there's only one name we can call this island, and it is Pandemic Island. So let's look at this. I mean, first off, hats off to you, Dana. I mean, hats off to you. One thing you got to understand is Dana has a belief in this epidemic that, hey man, this should not stop us from moving on. Okay, but with that said, he's also doing every single thing that he's asked of. He is self isolating. He has done everything for his company. They are self isolated. All he has done is try to continue doing business underneath the guidelines that are set forth in front of him. So for the media to judge him or for anybody else to judge him, very small-sided. Very, very small-sided. That you can't, if you can earn a living inside this pandemic and you can do your job inside this pandemic, there's nothing wrong with that. For instance, I sell roofs to people. Now, they've even shut down my ability to go out and the company's ability to go do roofs or gutters or anything like that. Well, before it started, I used to talk to people on the phone and said, hey, there's no reason for me to come see you. I can go out to your house. I can take pictures of it. I'll tell you what the numbers are. Here's the company. If you want to do business, here's how we do business. So they've taken that away. The state said, hey, you can't do it. So I've went home. Dana has been doing the same thing. They've been changing the rules, and he's been abiding by it. But man, to go out and get an island, oh man, good for you. Good for you. And these fighters, don't feel bad for these fighters. Okay? They're the least likely on the planet to die from this stuff. They have a higher possibility of dying inside the cage, of which nobody has ever died in the UFC, from actually A, getting the virus, and B, dying from it. So hats off to you, Dana. I can't wait to watch the fights from Pandemic Island. I think that, I mean, if there's another name for Pandemic Island better than Pandemic Island, I don't know what it would be. You know, the coronavirus itself and CV-19, it's such a scumbag thing that you don't even like to say that stuff. But Pandemic Island sounds good. All right. My buddy Anthony Smith. Okay, Anthony, I met him years and years and years ago as he was coming up. And he was in the UFC and he was out of the UFC. And we kind of became friends. He's big brothered lad. And he fought his way to the world title. And he's now the number 3 ranked guy in the lightweight division. He's got a fight coming up April 25th. I believe it's going to be on Pandemic Island. It might be wherever they're holding UFC 249, which I think is brilliant. You know, we don't know where it's going to be at. I mean, it's great. You know, we're all going to buy it. I mean, we're all going to buy it. It's going to do great numbers. But anyway, so Anthony lives in Omaha, Nebraska. And Anthony is a great guy. He's a great family man. He's a great story. You know, he was a knucklehead for years, made a bunch of mistakes, learned from it, came back, and is just somebody that you could look up to. Great guy. Anyway, so Anthony, Sunday night, chilling. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. He's sleeping. His wife wakes him up and says, there's somebody in the house. There's somebody in our house. So I don't care how tough you are. I just do not care how tough you are. When you find out there's somebody in your house, it is scary. Okay? Anthony obviously isn't gun guy because I'm not gun guy. If somebody breaks into my house, I got to go see him. Okay? I'm not going to lock the door. I've got to go see him. So Anthony proceeds to beat this man to death. But Anthony's like, nobody breaks into somebody's house without a gun or a knife. Okay, so he's beating this guy up, he's kicking him and he's elbowing him and he's pounding on him, and the guy won't stop. And Anthony is waiting the entire time to get shot or to get stabbed. So his adrenaline is through the roof. He's also training, 3 weeks away from the biggest fight of his life, because when you're at the very, very top of the food chain, which he is, every fight's the biggest fight of your life, because you either bounce down to where you have to climb the ladder again, or you stay up top. So, and during a pandemic, which, it's hard for him to train, and there's no way you can not think about the negative impacts of this pandemic. Okay, if you watch the news, if you have any kind of empathy, you're going to put it on yourself that, man, I wonder if I'm going to make it if I get this stuff. Don't want my kids to get it. Don't want my family to get it. Don't want my friends to get it. There's no way that doesn't affect you. And training for a fight's a whole weird deal. Anyway, so he beats this guy half to death. And in Omaha, apparently home invasion is a misdemeanor. This guy gets a ticket. He gets booked into the hospital because Anthony, according to Anthony, in a text message today, broke every bone in his face, broke every rib on one side, broke his jaw, broke his nose. So this guy took the kind of beating that something like that would happen. And my question to Anthony was, man, how's your hands? How are your hands? Because people don't understand that the head is a lot harder than the hand. And the reason the guys in professional fighters break their hand so much is because the head is harder than the hand. So, yeah, I mean, that guy he must have been on some kind of drugs. But he put up such a valiant effort. The Chael says that, he's going to sign home invasion guy to a Submission Underground contract. And what he's going to do is, because this guy's specialty is home invasions, we're going to do a home invasion match at Jake Smith's house, who is a friend of ours, professional fighter in Bellator, big brother to Lad. We're going to do a home invasion fight in his house, and so what we're going to do is we're going to put cameras all around the house, and we're not going to tell Jake when home invasion dude's breaking in, and we're going to see how that goes. Anthony, and it's going to take a little while for home invasion guy, to heal up. We'll get probably 3 or 4 months. Or we just give him some drugs. Anyway, so we'll see how that goes. I think Jake's got a good chance of beating home invasion guy for sure. We got my man Lad coming up. We're going to talk about UFC 249. Hopefully some more news will. I think 249 will be enough. Lad will be honed up on the card. And that's it. So hold on. Literally just a few seconds, and my man Lad will be on and crack-a-lackin'. Stay safe, stay home, and stay strong. We're all going to get through this. And then everybody can complain about it and blame everybody and be the mealy scumbags that probably 30%, I'd probably say 30% of humanity are just absolute scumbags. I think if we broke it down, that would be what it was. 30, that's a pretty big percentage. So anyway, we're not, right? We're not part of that 30%. Peace. Talk to you in literally. All right, so we're not going to have Lad. We'll have him on tomorrow. So I just went to Chael's garage, and it's really clean. It's where his studio is. He's got these two pieces of equipment, and they're made by Assault Fitness. The treadmill, it doesn't have a motor. If it does have a motor, it's a weird kind of thing. Is you make it move, but it takes a while to kind of get the rhythm down. And all 3 times I've worked out there, I love the treadmill. Well, I finally really figured it out today. It's as close to a no impact as possible. So I ran 3 low 7-minute miles, and for a dude that weighs 228 to 235, that's a pretty decent clip. Absolutely phenomenal workout, and I'm now back on the right track. It's so crazy that the mind of a fat person is, even though I've gotten myself not in peak condition, but good condition. I'm in good shape. I'm probably 18 pounds away from being really, really lean. And it's all nutrition. I had a bad week in nutrition, and every time I go to like 2 days eating bad, it's like my brain starts completely over again. It's like I'm so scared that I'm gonna fall down the pipe and gain all my weight back and be miserable, that all I really got to do is get a workout in. Anyway, I had a phenomenal workout. Just super excited about it. The mindset of a fat person, and I know that. I know the mindset of a fat person, and I know what it takes to get in shape. But I spend so much time, and you may too, derailing myself because I think I got to do all of the work in one workout. I got to do all of the nutrition in one day. And I don't. It's as simple as get the work in and eat a diet that I like to eat anyway, which is low carbs. Get rid of all the junk. The junk makes me miserable. I've been miserable for 4 days. You see some X's on that board. That's not good. But now, I'm back on track. We'll have Lad on tomorrow. Talk about UFC 249, Pandemic Island. I really want people, when we come out of this thing, including myself, to be thankful that we have an opportunity to go get in physically in good condition. So 2 things. A, we can live a as happy and as productive life as possible. And 2, if we got to fight one of these goddamn viruses, we're physically in shape to do it. Like you don't know what this thing, it'd come in, wipe anybody out. But it appears that the better condition you're in, the better chance you have against this virus or any virus. So if we're not all like, Lord, just give me another chance to get back in society and be a better person and enjoy the opportunity that I have to live life, that's where I'm at. And I want to bring as many people along with me as possible and stay on track. I need you. I need to put my face in front of this thing so I'm accountable. I just had a phenomenal workout. Hour and 5 minutes. Let me see what my numbers are. Good numbers. All right. So let's just. All right. So hour and 24 minutes. 47 minutes over 75%. 11 minutes in the yellow. That was running. So almost an hour over there, and then 14 minutes in blue, which is 60 to 70%. So good, solid workout. Didn't beat up my legs because that treadmill I was on was no impact. So I found something over there in Chael's garage. If he lets me in that garage for 30 days, I'm gonna get to that lean me that is really a really athletic me. And I'm 53, but I still get a chance to be athletic. I just got to work a little bit harder. And that's it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.